Hello, how are you doing today? Trust you're ready to listen to the meditation, which is coming from Psalms 42, specifically verse 4 and 5 for the Exposition. And we're going to just go ahead and read the first verses then of this psalm, which is subtitled, Why Are You Cast Down, O My Soul? Verse 1. As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. Verse 2. My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? Verse 3. My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, Where is thy God? Verse 4. When I remember these things, I pour out my soul in me, for I had gone with the multitude. I went with them to the house of God, with the voice of joy and praise, with a multitude that kept holyday. Verse 5. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted in me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance. And so we look to the treasury of David for the exposition, verse 4. When I remember these things, I pour out my soul in me. When he harped upon his woes, his heart melted into water and was poured out upon itself. God hidden and foes raging, a pair of evils enough to bring down the stoutest heart. Yet why let reflection so gloomy engross us, since the result is of no value, merely to turn the soul on itself? To empty it from itself into itself is useless. How much better to pour out the heart before the Lord. The prisoner's tread wheel might sooner land him in the skies than mere inward questioning raise us nearer to consolation. For I had gone with the multitude. I went with them to the house of God. Painful reflections were awakened by the memory of past joys. He had mingled in the pious throng. Their numbers had helped to give him exhilaration and to awaken holy delight. Their company had been a charm to him, as with them he ascended the hill of Zion. Gently proceeding with holy ease, in comely procession, with frequent strains of song, he and the people of Jehovah had marched in a reverent ranks up to the shrine of sacrifice, the dear abode of peace and holiness. Far away from such goodly company, the holy man pictures the sacred scene and dwells upon the details of the pious march. With the voice of joy and praise, with a multitude that kept holyday. The festive noise is in his ears, and the solemn dance before his eyes. Perhaps he alludes to the removal of the ark and to the glorious gathering of the tribes on that grand national holy day and holiday. How changed this present place! For Zion, a wilderness, for the priests in white linen, soldiers in garments of war, for the song, the snare of blasphemy, for the festivity, lamentation, for joy in the Lord, a mournful dirge over his absence. Verse 5. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? As though he were two men, the psalmist talks to himself. His faith reasons with his fears. His hope argues with his sorrows. These present troubles, are they to last forever? The rejoicing of my foes, are they more than empty talk? My absence from the solemn feast, is that a perpetual exile? Why this deep depression, this faithless fainting, this chicken-hearted melancholy? As Trapp says, David chides David out of the dumps.
and herein he is an example for all desponding ones. To search out the cause of our sorrow is often the best surgery for grief. Self-ignorance is not bliss. In this case, it is misery. The mist of ignorance magnifies the causes of our alarm. A clearer view will make monsters dwindle into trifles. Why art thou disquieted within me? Why is my quiet gone? If I cannot keep a public Sabbath, yet wherefore do I deny my soul her indoor Sabbaths? Why am I agitated like a troubled sea? And why do my thoughts make a noise like a tumultuous multitude? The causes are not enough to justify such utter yielding to despondency. Up, my heart, what aileth thee? Play the man, and thy casting downs shall turn to upliftings, and thy disquietudes to calm. Hope thou in God. If ever evil be let loose from Pandora's box, yet is there hope at the bottom. This is the grace that swims. Though the waves roar and be troubled, God is unchangeable, and therefore his grace is the ground for unshaken hope. If everything be dark, yet the day will come, and meanwhile hope carries stars in her eyes. Her lamps are not dependent on oil from without. Her light is fed by secret visitation of God, which sustains the spirit. For I shall yet praise him, yet will my sigh give place to songs. My mournful ditties shall be exchanged for triumphal paeans. A loss of the present sense of God's love is not a loss of that love itself. The jewel is there, though it gleams not at our breasts. Hope knows her title good when she cannot read it clear. She expects the promised boon, though present providence stands before her with empty hands. For I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance. Salvations come from the propitious face of God, and he will yet lift up his countenance upon us. Note well that the main hope and chief desire of David rests in the smile of God. His face is what he seeks and hopes to see, and this will recover his low spirits. This will put to scorn his laughing enemies. This will restore to him all the joys of those holy and happy days around which memory lingers. This is grand cheer. This verse, like the singing of Paul and Silas, looses chains and shakes prison walls. He who can use such heroic language in his gloomy hours will surely conquer. In the garden of hope grow the laurels for future victories, the roses of coming joy, the lilies of approaching peace.
Yes, though it looks gloomy and despondent, yet will I praise my God. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.